Now on 767 News. DLP leader issues statement following United Workers' Party candidate controversy. Peace remark or apology? The decision is out. Catholic Church orders the defrocking of local priest Reginald Lafleur. And DLP to challenge nomination of 3 UWP candidates. Does this bear any weight? We'll find out later. And in sports, former DABA president wants all hands on deck for advancement of association. Welcome everyone to 767 News. I'm Alicia George. First off, let me just apologize for not being able to broadcast the news last night. However, we do have an exciting extended package for you this evening. We will be back to bring you these and other stories right after the break.
Fiesta sausages are about to rock your breakfast world. Stock up with plenty of Fiesta sausages because as soon as you serve your family a breakfast with Fiesta sausages, they disappear. And you have to keep adding more and more Fiesta sausages. So you better have lots of Fiesta sausages in your kitchen cupboard. Buy them by the dozen and they come in regular and hot and spicy. The whole family can enjoy Fiesta sausages. Astabas, right place, right price.
Christmas is the time of year that you do whatever it takes to make everything just right. When everything is in place, the magic happens. So let us help make this a memorable Christmas for you and your family. With a chance at winning your share in over $50,000 in cash and prizes. Simply top up $15 or more, pay your bill in full, sign up for a data plan, or join the Digicel family. Come together and make Christmas extraordinary. Digicel.
Never done till the dirt is gone. Ozone.
Ho, ho, ho!
It's the ram that I want to pull up me belly. It's the ram that I want to bat in the party.
Play Big 4 and win even more this Christmas. Spend $9 or more on Big 4 tickets and get a free letter. Spell ham, rum or buy and win hams, single barrel rum and shopping vouchers. Plus, non-winning promotional tickets gets a chance to win one of 4 supermarket shopping sprees valued at $1,000. The more tickets you buy, the more letters you get to win. Have a cheerful ham and rum Christmas from the Dominican National Lottery. Promotion starts November 10th to December 31st.
Welcome back. First up this news time. An election code of conduct signed by both the Dominican Labour Party, DLP, and the United Workers' Party, UWP, which forbid either party from character assassination, may have been breached and has left one UWP candidate in tears. Monel Williams, UWP candidate for the St. Joseph constituency, broke down in tears while responding to a statement made by DLP leader Roosevelt Skerrit during a rally in Calibishi last week.
If I had a daughter, ladies and gentlemen, I would wish for her one day to be a Catherine Daniel, to be an Affinia Benjamin, to be a Nurse Charles, or to be a Rosalind Paul. I would definitely not wish my daughter to be a Monel Williams, because I might end up upshot of a grandchild.
The DLP leader seemingly apologized for making that statement. But to whom exactly did he apologize is what many Dominicans are asking.
As your chief servant, I do listen to your advice and to your guidance all of the time. Because as your leader, I have a responsibility to listen to you. And last time I spoke in Calibishi, I made a statement which some of you were not happy about. And you indicated to me that you were not pleased with the statement. I want to say to you tonight that I withdraw that statement I made in Calabishi last week. And I wish to apologize to any one of you who was offended by this statement. And I give you the assurances from henceforth you shall hear nothing like that from Roosevelt Skerrit again.
During a UWP Farmers for Change rally in Castle Bruce on Sunday, Williams scolded the DLP leader, stating, "You don't know what it's like to bury a child."
Your perception of me or any other woman, child, man, young boy, young girl does not change who I am. You were right, Roosevelt Skerrit. My father is one grandchild less because I buried her 4 years ago. You don't know what it's like to bury your child.
Meanwhile, DLP Cottage candidate Reginald Austrie has said he would not apologize for any remarks that may or may not have been taken out of context.
And I salute Skerrit for withdrawing his statement, ladies and gentlemen. But this little coconut not withdrawing no statement. No statement. Whether they like it or not is not my business. I didn't call nobody there. I don't say nothing. I have nothing to withdraw, ladies and gentlemen. And if they look for me, they will get me worse as the election get closer. I will expose them.
Verbal attacks have intensified with just 2 weeks left in the 2014 general election campaign set for Monday, December 8th, 2014. Meanwhile, Kelva Daru, Dominica Labour Party candidate for the St. Joseph constituency, has promised his constituents rehabilitation of roads, including farm access roads, subsequent to his re-election as parliamentary representative. Daru told the crowd of Labour supporters in St. Joseph on Sunday that monies have already been secured to begin these projects.
In my next term, we will begin the complete rehabilitation of the road from Heathbrook Bridge to York Valley to a tune of over $30 million. And we will rehabilitate all major farm access roads within this constituency. We will expand the delivery of assistance to small businesses in Mero and expand the tourism facilities. Funds have already been approved to develop the Layu Beach as a tourist attraction, focusing on sports tourism.
Daru spoke of plans to establish a fishing cooperative in St. Joseph and to invest in pork and poultry and rearing programs to provide to the abattoir in Layu.
We will continue to provide support to our farmers to plant coffee and cocoa, and also to continue to deliver support to the fishermen with the establishment of a fishing cooperative in the community of Layu. Further assistance in fertilizer and inputs will be delivered to the farmers of Bells, St. Joseph and Mero. We will continue to enhance your chances for obtaining a job, for creating your own through the delivery of appropriate skills, training and ongoing education, while also pursuing increased scholarship opportunities overseas. We will develop the Mero and Bells playing fields and enhance the St. Joseph hard court and the St. Joseph playing field. Every student will receive a tablet from the Dominica Labour Party.
Additionally, focus will be placed on village expansion, making lots available for sale at cheaper rates, as well as the construction of the St. Joseph to Layu bypass, expected to be named in honor of late musician Jeff Joseph. Daru will contest UWP candidate Monel Williams in the St. Joseph constituency, which includes the communities of St. Joseph, Bells, Layu and Mero in the December 8th general elections. And 39-year-old Clayton Ansem Bertrand of Portsmouth has been fined $20,000 for possession with intent to distribute 40,860 grams of cannabis. According to police, the drugs carry a street value of approximately $90,000. Bertrand, who appeared before Magistrate Bernard Paquette on Monday, pleaded guilty to the offense. According to the facts, a vehicle in which Bertrand was driving was intercepted by members of the police drug squad in Qualiu at about 9:20 a.m. on November 23rd. He was approached by one of the officers and asked whether he had any illegal substance in the vehicle, and he responded by saying that he had weed in the trunk of the car. Upon examination, police discovered 2 black plastic bags containing the alleged cannabis. He was informed that it was an offense to have cannabis in his possession, and he, along with the drugs and the vehicle, were taken to police headquarters where he was later charged. In mitigation, attorney Darius Jones told the court that his client, who was a huckster and a father of 2, had cooperated with police from inception and admitted guilt in court. Before sentencing, Magistrate Bernard Paquette told the defendant that when persons are engaged in such illegal acts, one must ensure that they have money aside for when they get caught. Bertrand was ordered to pay the fine by 4 installments, $5,000 to be paid before the end of yesterday, or in default 6 months in prison. Of the remaining $15,000, $5,000 is payable by May 24, 2015, $5,000 by November 24, 2015, and $5,000 by May 24, 2016. Default in payment of any of the installments will result in 6 months imprisonment. It was unclear at the time whether the forfeit fine was paid. Conspiracy charges have been reinstated against 5 individuals implicated in a passport scam. Nas Mitchell, Lyndon Marie, Bernard Wilshire, Kimana James, and Geralda Henry collectively face over 29 charges. Mitchell was slapped with 10 charges ranging from uttering a forged passport form and birth certificate, submitting false passport forms to an immigration officer, dishonestly obtaining receipt from the Treasury Department with intent to deceive a Treasury officer, and being in possession of a forged birth certificate. Mitchell was also jointly charged with Wilshire for conspiring to obtain a Dominica passport in the name of Eunice Abraham. Additionally, Mitchell was jointly charged with Geralda Henry for conspiracy to obtain a Dominica passport. Meantime, Marie faced 9 charges, including uttering forged birth certificates, possession of forged birth certificates, and forging birth certificates. Marie and Mitchell were also charged jointly for conspiracy to fraudulently obtain Dominica passports. James faced 6 individual charges of possession of forged birth certificates and uttering forged birth certificates. She was jointly charged with Marie and Mitchell for conspiracy to obtain passports. The charges were read before Magistrate Bernard Paquette on Monday. Conspiracy charges were instituted against all defendants over 3 years ago, and these charges were dismissed earlier this year after the defendants had been appearing in court repeatedly with the matter going nowhere. Less than 2 weeks after they were dismissed, they were reinstated, but the charges were only read on Monday. There was no discussion of bail, and our reporter was reliably informed that the issue of bail should have been brought up since the individual had been charged with an indictable offense. February 5, 2015 has been set to decide whether the matter should proceed by paper committal or preliminary inquiry. The alleged passport scam conspiracy occurred between June 2005 and March 31, 2011. In other stories, Dominica Labour Party Salisbury candidate Nicole Shanks Esprit has said that the party is prepared to challenge the nomination of 3 United Workers' Party candidates in the upcoming general elections. According to Esprit, the nominees in the Roseau South, Roseau North, and Grand Falls constituencies are not qualified to be nominated.
This week, Wednesday, we had nominations. And when I went through my nomination paper, there are a number of areas on the paper. And after completing my nomination, I realized that the United Workers' Party filled out 3 candidates who are not qualified to be nominated on nomination liberals.
The UWP candidates contesting these seats are Roseau South, Joshua Francis, Roseau North, Danny Lugay, and Grand Falls, Dr. Thompson Fontaine. Esprit said according to the guidelines of nominations, anyone who is facing criminal charges does not qualify to be a candidate.
And let me send a clear message to these 3 candidates that we will be challenging your nomination because you are illegally nominated. So do not waste your vote and vote for any of these 3 candidates. Vote for Ivor Stevenson, Ambrose George, and Julius Timothy, the Dominica Labour Party, and here in St. Joseph, we are voting for Kelva Daru.
Meanwhile, UWP party leader Lennox Linton has told 767 News that all of their candidates have been properly nominated. And hard work and loyalty certainly pays off, as 20 long-standing customers and 4 long-serving employees were on Friday recognized by First Domestic Insurance Company Limited during a special ceremony to observe the 21st anniversary of the company. Chairman of First Domestic, Curtis Tong, said his company, which is the sole locally owned insurance company in Dominica, has been able to survive because of its dedicated staff and supportive family members.
I do believe that through this journey, my family and my managers thought I must have been either overly ambitious or somewhat cracked in the head. Thank you very much. They probably thought I was a dreamer, not forgetting that all great achievements start with but a dream.
He said since its inception, the company has made significant strides, increasing its assets from hundreds of thousands to millions, while simultaneously increasing its employee base from 15 to 91 to date. Tong said he has also further invested to the local economy with the formation of new companies, including Perky's Pizza, Tong Refrigeration, and Nature Island Land Developers.
It is with confidence, pride, that I say to our policyholders, the government, and the insuring public at large to support local. Our reinsurers, Hanover Re, ranks as one of the top 3 reinsurance companies in the world. I think we can be proud of that this little company in this little Dominica was able to have the confidence of an insurer that ranks number 3 in the world. And they're one of the companies with AM Best A+.
The long-serving employees were Brian DeQuental, Ezekiel Bazil, Alberta George, and Robert Tong. Some of the long-standing customers awarded include Akel Raful, Alvin Knight, the Anchorage Hotel, Deepak Scholar Lab, Herbert Winston, Macmillan Filling Station, and Evander Joseph. And in other stories, leader of the United Workers' Party, Lennox Linton, says he is focused on building Dominica's economy using sectors such as agriculture and fisheries, which are currently in ruins under the Dominica Labour Party regime. He made the statement during the party's rally in Casa Bruce on Sunday.
In 1999, the revenue from bananas in this country was in the region of $40 million. There were over 2,500 farmers, which means that farmers around Dominica, on average, were making somewhere in the region of $16,000 per year. By the time we got to 2008, the Labour Party, who met farmers making on average in the region of $16,000 to $20,000 a year, had ensured that that amount was cut in half. So they were down to somewhere in the region of $6,000 to $7,000 a year. And right now, in 2014, farmers who used to make $2,000, $1,500, $2,000 a month on average, $15,000, $16,000, $20,000 a year, found themselves with absolutely no money.
He said 75% of Dominica's young persons aged 18 to 35 are unemployed under this current DLP regime, which will change if the UWP is elected into office. Linton disputed the campaign motto of the DLP, Labour Can't Travail, by saying the 75% unemployment rate here translates to at least 12,000 young persons without a job.
Their weapons are forming, but their weapons are not prospering. Their weapons will not prosper. That is what we have been promised on this mission, to create the best place to live, the best place to work, and the best place to enjoy life in the entire global community. That is our vision. And that is what we're prepared to work hard for each and every day, that you will put us in government to take care of your affairs. We give you that, and we know that you're going to be as happy with the results as we will be happy with the challenge of growth and development of our beloved Dominica.
The UWP leader said although the DLP has questioned the UWP's plan for growing Dominica's economy, he explained that before Roosevelt Skerrit came into office, there were loans, grants, taxes, which the UWP government will use more creatively than the DLP. He added his party's main aim is to ensure life is more manageable for the citizens of Dominica and the productive sector begin working successfully for the country's advantage. The decision is out. Catholic Church orders the defrocking of local priest Reginald Lafleur. Find out more when we return.
Black Friday deals continue at Quartz. Get great deals of up to 50% off across the store on credit purchases 24 months and over. And even better, you pay absolutely nothing until February 2015. Deals on all week long from Monday 24th to Thursday 27th November. But hurry, as they're selling out quickly. Quartz Black Friday deals. Get them now. Quartz, bringing value home.
Distinct, authentic, with a storied history. This is not just a drink, it is an attitude. A straight-up approach where the brown-nosing conformers need not apply. It's embracing a chilled manner that leaves the hysteria to the bridesmaids and standing up against the sameness, blandness, and colorless. It's striving for extraordinary, because after all, who wants the ordinary? Appleton Estate. That's how I like it.
Ozone. When you use Ozone. 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 Never done till the dirt is gone. Ozone.
767 News is encouraging all Dominicans to vote this election season. Your vote counts, so look out for our upcoming political profiles. UWP versus DLP.
Thanks for staying with us. Almost 2 years following the revelation of allegations of sexual misconduct which surfaced against Monsignor Reginald Lafleur, a Catholic priest for over 30 years, has been ousted from the priesthood. This decision was handed down by Bishop of Roseau, Gabriel Malzier, effective November 6, 2014. However, news of this incident only surfaced over the weekend. The 60-year-old priest was put on administrative leave almost 2 years ago after a woman alleged that he touched her inappropriately on her bottom and breast and made sweet eyes at her 19 years ago when she was 12 years old. The woman made the accusation against Lafleur in a series of letters to Bishop Gabriel Malzier, the head of Dominica's diocese. Malzier had sent the accuser to Trinidad and Tobago for counseling as a local church panel investigated her allegations. According to a press release from the bishop, after a diocesan preliminary investigation, the case was forwarded to the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, which has exclusive competence in these matters. The congregation, having reviewed the case, authorized the diocesan bishop to proceed with an administrative penal process. Lafleur was duly informed of this process and invited to participate by leading a defense either personally or through his advocate. However, no defense was mounted by Lafleur, and the proceedings went on with an invited canonist to defend the priest. After forwarding the judgment of the assessors and the canonist who led the defense on behalf of Lafleur to Rome, the Congregation of the Doctrine of Faith authorized that the penalty of dismissal from the clerical state be imposed on Lafleur. Lafleur was informed of the decision and the imposed penalty on November 6, 2014. He was also informed that he had 60 days in which to appeal the decision to the Congregation for the Doctrine of Faith. Efforts to reach Lafleur for comment proved futile. However, Bishop Malzier said it was one of the most difficult decisions he had to make. And Isaac Baptist, United Workers' Party candidate for the Casa Bruce constituency, has sought to restore the hope of farmers and fishermen in Dominica, particularly in the Casa Bruce constituency. On Sunday, Baptists, along with members of the party, organized a National Farmers for Change rally where they engaged the farmers, fishermen and fisherfolk across the island in a plan for change. There, Baptists reminded the constituents of the past candidates' failure to represent their communities and promises which remain undone.
For too long, the Skerrit DLP administration, assisted by Lauren Barnes Roberts and more recently Johnson Drago, have failed us miserably in these critical approaches to sustainable development. We must therefore continue to insist that it is time for change.
According to Baptist, tens of thousands of dollars have been mismanaged in the government's Housing Revolution project. He also pointed out the rampant unemployment in his constituency, the neglect of community facilities, and feeder and farm access roads.
Agriculture, the economic livelihood of the majority in the constituency, has been reduced to sustainable level since DLP came in the office. A $4 to $5 million irrigation system investment at Casabres Estate, where we have some of the most fertile lands in Dominica, is now abandoned. Yet, we import containers of vegetables and we hear the talk of pending importation of bananas.
In making a case for change, Baptist told the people of the Casabres constituency that his vision is to see his constituents among those enjoying the best quality of life in Dominica.
In the area of agriculture, we will bring idle lands at Casabres Estate under productive use. Rehabilitate our farm access roads. Encourage cash crop and small livestock production in the interest of food security and good nutrition. Provide material assistance to farmers who wish to return to commercial farming and rehabilitate their tree crops. Diversify the all-important essential oils industry. Reconstruct our agricultural produce buying depot. Modernize our fishing fleet and guarantee the purchase of all commercial fish catch at the bay.
The UWP candidate has been an active member in his community long before he graced the political platform. Isaac Baptist, an architect and development planner, will contest Dominica Labour Party candidate Johnson Drago in the Casabres constituency in the December 8th general elections. In other stories, Dominicans eager for change flocked to the Roseau Valley on Saturday as the United Workers' Party held a political rally, where its candidate for the Roseau Valley, Ronald Charles, highlighted the neglect of the Roseau Valley under the Dominica Labour Party regime. Charles said the Roseau Valley constituency, one of the most beautiful and scenic constituencies on island, saw true development under the United Workers' Party administration. He said such development is needed right now.
We benefited from a thriving agricultural industry, sports development, booming industry, and our newly opened aerial tram. Our communities were thriving people. Our young people were hopeful and had a sense of belonging. What do we have to show in the Roseau Valley after 14 years under the Dominica Labour Party and Dr. Colin McIntyre? Well, they say every time you do it, to realize if somebody have performed, you go to their report card. And I will tell you about the report card. Underutilized tour guides, particularly from Loda and Trafalgar, with no protection or support from government. The closure of the aerial tram resulting in significant loss of jobs, particularly for the people of Loda.
He said the current parliamentary representative for the Roseau Valley, Dr. John Colin McIntyre, has failed his people and failed to assist them. Charles highlighted some failures such as the underdevelopment of tourist sites, including the Freshwater Lake, the Boiling Lake, Middleham and Trafalgar Falls. He said the young people have been abandoned in sports such as cricket and other traditional sports.
Our village council, Dr. McIntyre, has become disintegrated, and our development committees have disappeared. embarrassing and poor representation, especially as it relates to geothermal. No report or dialogue from the parliamentary representative on the displacement of so many people in the Roseau Valley as it relates to their land. Poor constructed houses with no or little sanitation facilities. House lots in Lily Valley. Dr. Mack, where are the people keys? Up to now, the promise is made for after December. Lack of vision for the primary health and our elderly. Struggling small business. Don't forget, this is the man responsible for employment. Small business.
He questioned Dr. McIntyre about small business such as Petit Paradise, Tears and Screws businesses which did not receive support from the government. Charles said the high level of unemployment in the Roseau Valley is a sign of parliamentary representative that has failed.
But Dr. Colin McIntyre, the time is near. Well, tonight, I am here to tell you that the billboard representation is over. It is time to make the Roseau Valley experience its true potential. In the upcoming term, as your representative under the United Workers' Party, Tim Dominic and Lennox Linton, led government will undertake the following. Now, this is what I hope to do for you. You know me, I have been with you for a very long time, and I'm happy to know that you're here with me tonight. The upgrading of our playing fields. You realize where we had to keep this activity, huh? Look at this swamp area there. We can't go this way. We can only stay so. But I guarantee you that when I become the parliamentary representative for the Roseau Valley, this playing field, the next rally will be on it.
Charles said if elected, he will ensure that the Trafalgar playing field is repaired. He discussed the idea of the reintroduction of the Rainforest aerial tram operating from Cochrane to Watson Raven to Mont Prosper to link to the Roseau Valley with serious investments in addition to other employment-creating projects. And that's it for local news. The latest in sports news is coming up next with Larry, so stay tuned.
This is the new DL750, made to fit your lifestyle, whatever shape it takes. The new KitKat OS means it's faster and easier to enjoy the apps you love, like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. With colored covers you can change to match your lifestyle. A 5-megapixel camera with an amazing flash to capture the moments that matter wherever you are. The new DL750, lighter, smarter, brighter. Digicel.
Ho, ho, ho! It's the ram that I want to pull up my belly. It's the ram that I want to bat in the party.
Play Big 4 and win even more this Christmas. Spend $9 or more on Big 4 tickets and get a free letter. Spell ham, rum, or buy and win hams, single barrel rum, and shopping vouchers. Plus, non-winning promotional tickets gets a chance to win one of 4 supermarket shopping sprees valued at $1,000. The more tickets you buy, the more letters you get to win. Have a cheerful ham and rum Christmas from the Dominican National Lottery. Promotion starts November 10th to December 31st.
This holiday season, let Digicel help you find the best selection of 4G smartphones and tablets, like the Samsung Galaxy S5, the Digicel DL800, and the Blue Life Play. So visit your nearest Digicel store today to find the perfect gift and get a chance at winning loads of great weekly prizes with your purchase, plus the grand prize of up to $20,000 cash. Digicel.
Black Friday deals continue at Quartz. Get great deals of up to 50% off across the store on credit purchases 24 months and over. And even better, you pay absolutely nothing until February 2015. Deals on all week long from Monday 24th to Thursday 27th November. But hurry, as they're selling out quickly. Quartz Black Friday deals. Get them now. Quartz, bringing value home.
Good evening and welcome to 767 Sports. We begin tonight's coverage of basketball. Former president of the Dominica Amateur Basketball Association, DABA, Val Coffey, says he wants to see all hands on deck for the advancement of the sport. He spoke during the association's 2014 awards ceremony where he stressed on the importance of collaboration for the sport's survival while highlighting the glory days of prominent teams such as Eagles.
The reasons for this unfortunate decline may not be so obvious to all of us, but there's the unforgiving reality that when we do no more than talk too much, when we seek nothing but the limelight too much, when we simply laze too much, we confine our sport to the depths of Hades, rolling down a bottomless pit bound for 1,000 years. Mickey Joseph must stop speaking about basketball on Facebook everywhere. As a former president, give the support. And it's clear that over the past several years, the people responsible for the sport, those charged with taking it forward, the very ones who pledge to help grow basketball, they talk too much. They're on Facebook too much. They're everywhere criticizing and doing all the wrong things. Come back if you want to and give support to whoever is in charge now.
Kofi said basketball in Dominica needs a revolution as the sport is struggling.
While the sport struggles near the bottom of a bottomless pit, our athletes, we have 7-footers here like Joe, who are the ones who will gain the most or lose, can no longer be the ones doing the least to help. While it grasps for air, our fans who enjoy the sport most can be the ones doing the least to breathe life back into it. While it is grasping for straws, trying not to sink, our administrators and policymakers who have everything to gain from it can't be the ones giving it nothing. This is not the time to give up on basketball. This is not the time to throw the white flag of surrender. This is not the time to complain that there's too much to do. As Ronald Reagan asked, should Moses have told the children of Israel to live in slavery under the pharaohs? Should Christ have refused the cross? Or as Barack Obama said, Martin Luther King didn't stand on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial and say, go home everybody, the dreams are deferred. We have to fight to keep this basketball sport alive.
He said although the task is not easy, nothing good in life ever comes easy. However, every basketballer, fan and administrator must work collaboratively to revive the sport as duty calls.
We must rekindle the spirit of volunteerism that helped make the sport so successful during the era of light. We have a duty to resurrect the women's game. The time has come for the Basketball Association to have permanent and comfortable office space and resources. The moment is now for us to return to the successful club structure. Cardinals, Pros, Eagles, they came down and as a club, they came down ready for battle. The time has come to introduce that structure, to provide proper facilities for players, referees and administrators, to introduce regular training programs for the coaches. And as the Olympic Committee demands, there must be good governance and competence, integrity and ethical standards at the highest levels. The IOC insists that members of the executive body should be chosen on the basis of their ability, their competence, quality, leadership capacity, integrity, and experience. It is critical that we follow this principle.
The former DABA president said, we have the opportunity to make basketball exciting and meaningful once again, so the work has to start now. In cricket, Guyanese batsman Asad Fudanin has been added to West Indies test squad for the tour of South Africa in December and January as a replacement for Darren Bravo, who withdrew because of personal reasons. The 29-year-old has played 3 tests for West Indies against New Zealand and England in 2012, when he made 122 runs in 5 innings with 1 half-century. He recently scored a century for West Indies A against Sri Lanka A in October. The West Indies selectors also requested that fast bowler Sheldon Cottrell play for Jamaica in the 3rd round of the Professional Cricket League, so they can have the opportunity to evaluate his match readiness. Cottrell had returned from the A tour of Sri Lanka with a hamstring injury, and as a result, he will not leave for South Africa with the rest of the squad on November 30th. The test squad for South Africa is as follows: Dinesh Ramdin, captain; Suleiman Ben, Jermaine Blackwood, Craig Brathwaite, Shivnarine Chanderpaul, Sheldon Cottrell, Asad Fudanin, Shannon Gabriel, Chris Gill, Jason Holder, Leon Johnson, Kemar Roach, Marlon Samuels, Jerome Taylor, and Chadwick Walton. And in more cricket, Australian batsman Phil Hughes is in critical condition after being hit by a bouncer at the Sydney Cricket Ground on Tuesday. The 25-year-old South Australian left-hander collapsed after delivery from New South Wales bowler Sean Abbott struck him on the head, missing his helmet. Hughes was carried off on a stretcher and taken to hospital, where he was put in an induced coma following surgery. Australian media reported that Hughes stopped breathing at one point and needed mouth-to-mouth resuscitation at the side of the pitch. Cricket Australia said no blame could be attached to Abbott, a 22-year-old who made his Australia debut last month. And that's it for tonight's sportscast. Join me again tomorrow for more sports news.
That was Larry with the latest in sports. And that's all the time we have for now. Drop us an email at media@767news.dm. Friend us on Facebook and be sure to like our 767 News page. From all of us on the 767 News production team, I'm Alicia George. Thanks for watching.
Boom, Miss and I, it's my time to get on bad when I jam in at everybody. Come celebrate with me, but if you don't know me yet, don't worry, man, we go take a jam in a party. Yeah, put one hand in the air. 767 News.